The Saints got some really good news on the injury front heading into the first day of training camp. I'm Nick Underhill, and you're watching The Dot, presented by Matt Bowers Auto Group. We just got done speaking to Dennis Allen and Mickey Loomis, and it sounds like Chase Young is going to practice tomorrow, which is a huge thing for this team. The defensive line is one of the biggest question marks for the Saints entering the season, and Young will still remain a question mark until he's actually out on the field taking hits, giving hits, and showing that he can handle all that. But it looks like everything is progressing the right direction from his offseason neck surgery. And Dennis Allen even said that he's going to practice a little bit as soon as tomorrow, day one of training camp.
Chase Young will participate in some form of practice tomorrow. Okay. We have three players, Tano, Nephi, and Juwan Johnson. Those three players will not be practicing tomorrow. Everybody else on the roster will be practicing in some form or fashion. Some may be a little bit more limited based on coming off injuries and things like that, but everybody else is going to be practicing tomorrow.
The other big piece of news for the Saints on day one of access is it sounds like Alvin Kamara is going to practice on day one of training camp, but what he actually does in that practice remains to be seen. Dennis Allen sounded confident that he's going to get participation from the running back, but Kamara did walk out of practice on the last day of minicamp, and there was some question about whether he was even going to show up for the start of training camp. But in hindsight, he kind of has to be here because the first day of missing camp comes with a fine of $16,000. Any day after that is north of $30,000. So actually not practicing or showing up isn't really financially feasible. So oftentimes players hold in, and what that means is they show up and they don't practice fully, or injuries pop up that keep them off the field. So what Kamara does on a day-to-day basis is going to be something that's in focus every single day of camp until his contract situation is resolved, or he says that his situation with the Saints is over and he's fine to play on his current deal.